Fnatic and Virtus.Pro. I'm ODPixel, joined by Gods. And, well, what have we got here? Well, Fnatic, some Ice, Timbersaw, Abed, Pangolier, already always flashy and exciting the plays we can expect to come from these two. And VP, they're going to stick with a bit of the same, a bit of the new. We're seeing the SF once again, but more of a focus on the physical. I can't help but feel they looked at last game and said, boys, we went on magical. This time, we want to go for the bit old-fashioned right-click. Weaver and the Slardar thrown into the mix. They're not going to have a trouble with the physical damage this game. Yeah,
but that's where this Timber pick is great, because that's a hero that isn't too afraid of the physical damage. Reactive armor is going to give you a lot of armor to play around, but Lifestealer is a hero that's a little bit afraid of it, and that's where his game is going to be a little bit tough, but I think they've kind of adjusted the draft accordingly. They first picked the Lifestealer, all these kind of physical damage cores come out, but then they get two other cores, Timber and Pengo, who can have a very good game. So Fnatic's not going to be all in on this Lifestealer. We may not even necessarily have to see a Midas Radiance, although it is kind of the common build. MP's actually got an armlet queued up.
See, Ramsey did try and get the bounty rune there. Was not able to do so. Underneath the noses of the three members of Fnatic furiously clicking away. So 2 for 2 on the bounty rune front. And looking at the lanes, it's going to be what Ramsey's starting on the bottom lane. He's going to be having to lane up against for now, which is an SD. MP, he's already making the move. He's going to be heading, by the looks of it, up towards the top, I'd imagine. And the Timbersaw is going to go down bottom. And this is just what overall, because they don't want the Lifestealer laning against the Weaver, or what is particularly being tried to dodge here?
Yeah, that's not ideal, and also the Timber is going to have a much better time against the Weaver than the the bash spam of Slardar, perhaps with the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman's pretty annoying for the Timber this game, but more than anything, yeah, the Lifestealer matchup here. There's a hero that can just get in the Weaver's face with the reactive armor up and not care too much.
Now we'll see if VP are happy to set up for these lanes that Fnatic have chose to force. Looks like for the moment being they will. They've got Ramses, as we say, backed up by the Shaman down on the bottom. 2 on 2 for now up top. Slardar going to be farming the safe lane. Baden's already making the pulls. Let's see in return how much MP can find from this lane, as there will be definitely the potential for the Slardar to start getting some of the bashes out onto the melee Lifestealer in the lane.
Yep. Down bottom, Batrider's going to be using as many pulls as possible. That's that kind of Radiant side advantage of sorts. And Batrider just not a hero that's amazing at securing lane. Rams, man,
whoa.
He may have gone for that kill if not for the TP. The Whirling Death was coming up at about the same time as Shikuchi.
And that has meant that Solar has TP'd down here. So now VP, they've got the three heroes down bottom because of that aggression from Ice. He managed to poke out a reaction from them.
Let's see if Shaman reacts by TPing top. You don't really want to try lane this Timbersaw. The experience is just going to turn into a very problematic situation. Even if you're shutting Timber from getting CS, as long as he's getting solo XP on there, he's going to have that fast like level 5, and you're not killing him once he has 3 points in reactive armor.
Yeah, there's that TP you called for. Shaman's going to be top now with the Slardar. I mean, between the two of them, they do have good catch and lockdown, so Fnatic have to be careful with their positioning up top.
Yeah, it's still not great. Like, Abaddon doesn't offer anything down bottom. There's no real threat onto the Timbersaw's life.
See mid, Abed actually missing the swashbuckle, taking a lot of raises. There was a third one, but no one didn't feel he could connect with it straight away, so time was there for Abed to salve up.
Yeah, it was maybe potential for a kill there if he got that insta-third raise, but Abed gets out, but we'll need some more regen. He's not having a good time mid against his Shadow Fiend.
I mean, yeah, maybe this, this does also work out very nicely. You don't get the kill, but Abed's got to really sit at the bay now, as he has already consumed that salve. That's top. But if we go on to MP, does not have a point in the rage, and that is going to mean he's getting beat down pretty hard. Will manage to get back underneath the tower, but a lot of damage being done to that Lifestealer up top.
DJ just going for some jungle. Greedy old DJ loves to get his farm in. Well, why the hell not? Taking away the enemy's pull camp. Won't be able to farm this.
Take a lot of damage, though.
Oh, he didn't finish off the camp. That's actually not great for him. I think he wanted to die because...
Well, he ideally goes to the tower.
Yeah, even before he was low in health, I imagine Abed was asking his team, can anyone TP mid to refill my bottle? So I think we'll see him TP mid to refill this bottle. That's going to help Abed out a lot because he's struggling in this mid lane. But no, he's not going to TP. He's going to go back top. Abed really needs a 4-minute rune now.
Oh, up top, MP. Getting bashed, but Pasha not feeling that an extra hit would do it. Doesn't commit.
That dive there is why he did not TP mid. Now the RNG is going to favor no one in the mid lane. He guessed top with the bounty rune, with the normal rune, and it was an illusion that he gets.
Yeah, that's going to continue to make this lane a little bit harder for Abed to catch up him. As no one getting a good lead at the moment.
Yeah, sometimes mid can come down to a bit of rune luck, and that's why teams will TP supports to refill these bottles, because if you don't get lucky with that rune, suddenly your game is really tough.
Down bottom, Jabs a little bit out of position as Solo. Does come round to the pull that Jabs was trying to make. Starts to chase him down with this point in the passive. Stacking up one more, and the prop will be there again, but doesn't want to dive under the tower. So we'll back off. Jabs being forced away from the lane, though. And Ice, CS at the moment 15. I mean, we see at the moment all three lanes, VP's cores are about a wave ahead of the CS of the respective counterparts on Fnatic's side.
Yeah, but just getting bullied. Anytime SF can, he's just going to throw a double raise. Doesn't care so much for the kills as he does just securing CS.
See up top. Attempt onto DJ. Has got the Firefly, and in fact, he's going to just turn towards Roger. Roger's got a lot of sticky napalm stacks upon him, and he's not going to be able to TP out in time as DJ gets the first blood there. Pasha as well has to TP away, and yeah, does cancel it though after DJ doesn't go for more, but still DJ now starting to turn the heat up on that top lane.
Important they get kills up there because that lane was not going well at all. Well, the lanes in general not going well for Fnatic. The top lane going better than some of these others. Timbersaw for now not getting a whole lot of CS, but with levels, Timber should have a much better time, and Ice getting very close to that level 5.
Pasha 26 for 7 against MP's 18 for 6 at this bottom. Ice. Going for a bit of harassment onto Solo, but started to have the stick charges.
Yep.
And he's going to be soon to hit that level 6, and that's when you have to be really careful down in VP. But VP do have no one on the side of things, just in case Ice steps forward too far, see if they can get the raise combo off onto him. But Ice is playing it safe. No one just came down to maybe see if he could get the rune, but Abed's actually going to get to the 6-minute rune before him. So this time it'll be Abed, able to refill his bottle, grab himself a double damage. Should help him secure a wave or two in mid lane.
Yeah, very surprising Ice has a crown. Hold on, I thought top lane Pasha just getting burned down. Will die to the fire. DJ gets the kill. This top lane suddenly swinging back Fnatic's way.
Yeah, all because of the DJ plays at the moment. Yep. The Firefly aggression that he's able to pull off with as the Batrider. Securing 2 kills so far for Fnatic.
Looks like they want to maybe find a kill in this mid lane, knowing that a Shaman control into SF triple raise could spell Abed's demise.
All they've got to do is find that initiation from the Shaman. But Jabs is there, ready with the counterplay. He himself. And we'll see who's going to get baited into what. As VP do step forward. Jabs has the disruption. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. See if they can get the perfect bounce. It looks like they can. Beautiful angle in the river here from Abed. Will grant them the kill. Excellent setup and wraparound from Jabs. Getting this kill in a mid lane where that kill was sorely needed. Abed was falling behind, but kills like that is going to help the beginning of the Pango catching up. As you can see, there's still about a 1k difference between the two mids at the moment, but plays like that will certainly help.
Yeah, it makes such a big difference. The mid lane's so good for the Pango. It's like it's a big enough gap you can get that restun. It's not like it's the two really small ones and able to take advantage of the SF who doesn't have any good way to escape. So things looking a little bit better for Fnatic after a slightly rough laning stage, at least as far as the CS goes. They're up 3 kills to 1. SF still with the edge in that mid lane, but these other side lanes are looking a whole lot better.
Yeah, you see DJ prepping a juicy stack of creeps for himself.
Yeah, but
not a lot that can be done really in an attempt to take this away.
Solo can leech XP, but that's about it.
Well, the majority of the last hits will easily go to DJ. Those stacks up. Doesn't manage to take one with the missed coil Solo, but for the most part, DJ's money continuing to rolling in on the back.
Yeah, he's going to be that 4 position that kind of turns into a core hero of sorts this game, and may not have Firefly, but he can chase down Roger here. Decides not to go chasing too far, though.
That kill on SF in the mid lane did sort of spook no one away from it. He turns towards the neutral camps, knows that it's much smarter now to play it safe with Jabs starting to get a bit mobile across the map. Doesn't want to get caught out again. Roger goes for the TP out. There's nothing that DJ can do about that one.
Yep. Looks like they've now found a way for the SF to get that matchup against Timbersaw. Raze is at least one way of dealing with Ice in lane. Problem is, Abed follows the SF down here, so going to put some pressure on him, make sure that no one doesn't find an easy lane to farm in. Imagine that crown on Ice. It's a bit of a misclick, because that is not an efficient early game item to buy. He bought that before the Soul.
Oh no, he's queuing up the Atos.
Yeah, I think Atos is decent here. I don't know if that was his plan all along, but yeah, an interesting choice for laning item. Maybe, yeah, this new build that we just haven't seen too much of on Timbersaw that he feels is going to suit this game very well. A good way to control and lock down the Weaver, even Slater, who's very fast and mobile, and just maximize your Chakram damage output.
Yeah, for sure. And the stats are great. It's got a really nice build-up. And he's not, he's not going to feel the pressure really to buy any sort of early, heavier defensive item like a hood or anything like that with the way that this game is playing out. He's getting a lot of space down here on the bottom. They're not doing anything about the Timbers lane. Overall, though, we can see it's, again, a very close start between these two teams. We saw this exactly the same in game one.
Both teams setting up for the bounty rune spawns. MP, that Shackles isn't not going to last very long.
Look at this from the high ground. Arbet's ready to shield crash in with the Rolling Thunder. They'll be able to get the control onto one of them as Roger chased down by MP. Arbet just crashing through pretty much the entirety of the team there. Will secure the kill on the Shaman. VP, can they chase anything down in response? They've got to be a little careful. Ramsey's already being forced to time that. Crush is there to stop the TP from DJ. DJ will get bashed out. As VP, they'll find a trade, but they're very low VP, and they're very deep on Fnatic's half of the map. Ice TP's in, Timber chains across. Jab's able to defensively disrupt himself. Ramses is going to try and get the kill with the Shikuchi, but stick charges are there for Jabs. Jabs is able to get himself out of there with the TP. Ramses does try and come back in, but he's not quite there in time.
Not a terrible fight for either team in the end. VP secure that bounty rune, and then to have that small little trade, supports for a battle, two supports for one.
Ice. They'll step into the lane here. Does have to be a bit careful. The corrosive haze allowing a lot of physical damage to come down upon him. Pasha's still alive, and Ramses is going to come hunting in the trees. Chakra will be thrown out, but won't clip onto Pasha as Ice falls.
That's the big kill. You bring down a core hero following the fight there. One of those fights that really could have gone either way. Abed was just hoping for a lucky silence on the Weaver there. If his Swashbuckle got a silence out, they could have brought down Ramses, but the RNG just wasn't there for him.
Solo getting beat down pretty low. They're lucky that Arbet didn't have more mana to play with, as a Rolling Thunder would have surely come through. Doesn't quite have the Arcanes. Stick over the Javelin first. It's close to having the Arcanes on top of it, though. Still, with the way that no one's able to play as the SF heading into the jungle, he's keeping himself far, far ahead of the rest of the pack. 5k net worth on the SF at this 11-minute mark. He is going to be hitting those early iron timings once again. Bottom lane, Serpent Ward's committed for the push. Back towards mid, Arbet, he's actually found a chance to continue fighting with Solo, as Solo hung around, and Arbet was able to regen up enough mana with the Clarities to have the spells required to kill him.
Yep. Didn't let him get the deny off as well. That's always key against Abaddon, who's one of those heroes that isn't too difficult to get that deny off in most situations, but Arbet holding his spells here.
One, see if he can get the razors off.
Rune spawns top, so he's TPing mid just to win the race to the rune.
He may not win it though against Solo.
Getting there first.
Oh yes, he will.
Yep.
The Swashbuckle.
Still level 5 Abaddon too, so Solo has to be very careful not to just die right away again.
Yeah, Solo's just, he really wants that one more creep of experience.
Yep. But MP getting some good farm. Going for the armlet before Radiant. No Midas. I like this a lot because you've got two other cores that want to get farm this game.
Yeah.
And you've just got a greedy offlane player. Ice is one of those offlane players that doesn't normally play a selfless style. And you've got a Batrider. So a Blink Dagger, Batrider, you've got a good vehicle. You can go around with the armlet finding kills.
And Arbed, he's ready to get incredibly active on the map now. Hits that level 10, Arcane Boots, plus 3 mana regen. He's always going to have the spells to throw out. VP, they are setting up for some action up here, as no one and Solo are smoked up behind Pasha. Maybe trying to bait Fnatic into diving deep. We've seen Ice already with the aggressive plays, but this time he's playing it safe. The Corrosive Haze is down on him. He's not going to fall for this trap for now. It's VP, they've got 4 heroes up. If Fnatic do match that with 4 of their own,
yeah, hard for VP to actually catch or initiate. They're almost wanting Fnatic to go on them, and then they turn and fight.
Let's see. Arbed jumps in with the Swashbuckle. Doesn't find a connection.
But yeah, VP without a Blink Dagger on Slider just don't have that initiation or catch reliably. Not that they need a Blink Dagger. They're doing just fine without, and I think if you go that Blink, you're very all-in on finding those kills. You'd much rather the tank up, get these more team-oriented items at this stage of the game, and then just rely more on your Shadow Shaman to get like an Aether Lens for your catch.
Still that 2k lead at the moment for VP. SF's farm. No one's still going uncontested.
We'll see if Fnatic do go for that fast Blink Dagger on DJ. It does look like he has that queued up, and the call is going to be get this Blink Dagger out, prioritize DJ's farm, and then use this fast armlet on Lifestealer to get some kills. Until that point, right now, VP are just being a lot more efficient with the farm. SF able to jungle. Weaver can farm very dangerous parts of the map because there isn't really too many things that can threaten to kill him. The only way he dies is if there's like a lucky swashbuckle insta-silence from Abed. And if you're Fnatic, you're not really looking to make that play because you're relying on a low percentage RNG to get a kill. So realistically, Weaver can just play the dangerous side of the map down bottom and just keep farming.
Talk about as well the way that no one's itemizing this game. This isn't, you know, going to be this Met Greaves SF. He goes for the drums into the Yasha. It's a different approach from what we saw from him last game and from what we see from most SFs at the moment in this meta. Is this just because he feels that having that extra, sort of the extra stats, the extra potential to fight is going to be that much more effective for their lineup?
Yeah, the drums is similar to the mech build in the way that both items just to tank you up. Drums just giving you stats, mech giving you the heal. It's just better because he's going to go more right-click damage this game. With the Slaughter Corrosive Haze, he feels like he needs to be a physical damage dealer, and they're going to be able to dish out a lot of physical damage onto Lifestealer Timber when they are hazed up.
And once he has that Yasha done, though, and it is going to be a really quick timing. So if he can start to get mobile across the map, they've got the Ether Lens done on the Shaman, ways to set up.
He becomes a really good building sieger as well, particularly with the level 15 aura effects buildings that we almost always see on SFs now.
See top lane, Fnatic finally finding a bit of a setup onto Pasha. Serpent Ward's going to be dropped down to force Fnatic to back up, but still they find the lasso out onto Ramses on the front line. Ramses gets bursted. Runs straight into them. Easy play for DJ as he goes straight for that lasso. And now Fnatic, they're chasing down for more. They get the Shaman swashbuckle over onto Pasha. Pasha, he crushes nothing but himself. As the Chakram's out, Timber Chain across, he is being healed up by Solo. No one will be able to TP in. Now they've got to try and look for some counter kills as they'll go towards Abed. He's able to back away, has the shield crash damage resistance, but they don't have the damage to bite through it. That's jabs. Demonic Purge out into Pasha. I mean, Fnatic, they can go for more with the Rod of Atos complete from Ice. They root down Pasha, shield crash forward, Timber Chain in, they've cut down another. They'll lose the Shadow Demon, but they're getting the bigger kills, Fnatic. Swashbuckle onto the Abaddon. Does have no one by his side. Quick Aphotic Shield to keep Solo safe. But Fnatic, they find the perfect opportunity to pounce there. As Ramses, he just Shikuchi straight into them.
He got time-lapse off. I don't know what happened. My mouth is like aghast because he actually got time-lapse off, but he still died.
Oh, yeah, but because he definitely died.
Yeah,
right?
good. I'm glad it must have been at the exact same.
What?
We'll see it again here. I don't know how he died. Right? He got time-lapse. He dies as he gets time-lapse off. You'll see it again here.
No, what? Wait, hold up.
Hold up, indeed.
He's dead, right? He died.
The demonic purge damage must have happened at like the exact same tick as time-lapse. I don't know.
Well, yeah, right, because time-lapse wouldn't...
I don't know, because time-lapse should heal him.
Yeah, because he should have had way more health than the damage from the demonic purge, right?
Your guess is as good as mine.
He didn't buy Artifact, apparently. Gaben is not amused. But no, I get...
Let's move on. I don't think we're figuring this one out.
But he died.
He did die.
I mean, he made me down myself. I was like, oh my goodness, I said Ramses died and you're telling me he didn't.
I'm just telling you he got time-lapse off.
Yeah.
But didn't heal up.
I mean, still, I think Ice was pinging it and like, look, he still died. Even Ice couldn't believe it. But they get the kill.
Well, Fnatic won't be complaining about that one.
No, not at all. Not at all for them.
So where are we at? Lifestealer, he has completed his armlet and has a good chunk of gold towards Radiance, while Batrider, Blink Dagger coming out on the Curry.
Oh! Mid lane. They've got the defensive disruption, jabs. Trying to buy time for Arbor to get out there. Does get the shield crash off. It's a 3-man shield crash, so a lot of damage resistance. Has the Rolling Thunder. He's going to go straight back in. Looks to go towards Ramses and Pam. Arbor, he turns it around, gets the kill on the Weaver, and now Solo's stuck underneath the tower. He doesn't have borrowed time available. Tries to deny himself, does get the denial. But at the same time, Shaman found in the jungle by Ice again. Fnatic coming out on top of these trades, and Abed able to survive. Can't underestimate the amount of damage he can just block off if he hits a 3-man shield crash.
Well, another great team fight. This Weaver's really starting to struggle. Anytime he gets caught by the lasso, there's such good follow-up. Pengo not able to be bursted down there. No one couldn't quite pop him as he came out of the disruption. I think he saw the opening to go for it, but he saw it just half a second too late. So Pengo able to get a little bit further away and stay alive through it all. And suddenly VP on the back foot once again. Fnatic just seem to be outplaying them come mid-game team fights, despite VP having such a solid laning stage.
Still this very farm no on SF. That is the question of how worried Fnatic need to be about him. He's still keeping himself a clear 2k ahead of any other core in the game, as no one continues to mount up to be this big beast that's going to hit a very fast BKB timing.
Yeah, I think the BKBs are crucial because this Pengo with his ultimate is just tearing up these team fights. Timbersaw damage, it's a game where BKBs are just a must. And then even more so when this Lifestealer Radiance timing comes in.
They're going to try and go on Ice in the river, but Ice's got friends by his side. Abed straight away with the Rolling Thunder. Look who's getting control. Ramses, he's got to try and get his way out of it. The sentry's down. Abed does sort of get cliff blocked there as he can't quite get the bounces off to Ramses. And now Fnatic started back off.
Nice double silence coming into play with the swashbuckle. They get out unscathed, or at least without any casualties. Some damage being inflicted. I think Fnatic are going to have to reset. Probably let this T1 tower go, I want to say, unless they can get the Infest Lifestealer combo to the top lane. But realistically, they don't really want to fight until they have this Radiance right now. He's at 4k gold. He just needs the recipe.
But DJ is flying up. They get the Rod of Ados out onto the SF, but this is a very scary team to be jumping into if you're Fnatic, so they'll back away. They have to let that tower go down to the Serpent Wards.
You've got Pengo farming mid, Lifestealer farming bot. You're okay losing it. Kind of unimportant tier 1 tower at this point of the game to get farm elsewhere on the map. No point risking a fight when your Lifestealer is sitting on this amount of gold.
Oh, yeah. As I said, we do talk about no one's farm, but MP's as well, very admirable at the moment. 21 minutes in, he's got the armlet, the relic gold done. Pretty much enough to pick up the recipe as well.
Yeah. I think it's going to be key that Fnatic find a way to deal with the corrosive haze. Considering that both Weaver and SF are going right-click physical damage, they need to be able to get rid of that haze.
Solo, borrowed time will be popped out of him. So if they can kill him afterwards, they'll come back in. One more swashbuckle will do it. There we have it. Abed picks up the kill.
Yep. Using that disruption just to buy them some time, and the borrowed time is not doing a whole lot in those situations. SF does have BKB. VP, I think, next big key objective for them is going to be Roshan, considering all the minus armor corrosive haze brings to the table. They don't necessarily have to sneak it, but they may want to find like a pick-off or something to lead them into the Roshan pit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fnatic, they are heading into the jungle here of VP.
Yep.
But at the same time, yeah, they don't have wall coverage yet over this side of the map, so it's a little spooky to be making aggressive moves as such. But we'll be able to grab a regeneration rune. You have a Lotus Soul complete on Ice. So with this Lotus and Rod of Atos, he's got good stats, and he's a hard target to go on. He can commit on the front lines, find that opening, get the setup with the Rod of Atos, and make it very hard for VP to really turn and control him with the Shadow Shaman.
You can see he wasn't sure which talent to get. He took a long time before he selected at level 16 which one. He does go for the armor stacks. They're not really sieging or pushing, which is where the plus 100 damage is normally grabbed. They're playing a bit more defensive. And this game, it does feel like the reactive armor is going to be the better one.
The Rod of Atos out.
Just trying to force the borrowed time. Again, they do. And now, if you find a team fight, Abaddon is a kill target. This makes team fighting so much easier. Did hear an Infest. That's the smoke up there looking to engage. They're giving it onto Abed.
Okay.
Something that could catch him by surprise if you're expecting him to be inside a Bat Rider.
He gets a nice roll in. It'll easily be enough to close the gap that MP needs to get on top of some of these cores of VP. They do have that BKB ready to pop on no one. On the side though, the high ground is going to catch Solo off guard, and there's the BKB from no one. He's got to do a lot during this BKB. Revs at the Requiem will get it out. Swashbuckle comes out, cuts down Ramses. He has to buy back to get into the fight, but Solo's dead as well. Ice. Timber Chain cuts him down on the low ground. As they found two Fnatic, Ramses has to be careful. Another swashbuckle does disarm, doesn't silence. He's able to Shikuchi away.
Same thing on the first initiation. They got the disarm, not the silence on the Abaddon. Whether or not you get that silence or not can be such a big part of these fights. Some of the funniest RNG in Dota right now with all the Pengu picks that we're seeing. But it is Fnatic who get a couple of kills and then they'll back off. That's the SF BKB not really being used to lead to much as far as VP's gains go. And Ramses, I feel like, desperately needs a Linken's at this point, but just the Dragonlance Maelstrom, he is the primary target for the Batrider. And this Abaddon pick, which was designed to counter the lasso, isn't really working as a counter because of the way Fnatic are playing so aggressive onto the Abaddon.
Solo, for sure. Yeah, Solo, he has to worry about himself.
Yeah, he needs to position better. He's playing way too far forward, and it needs to be someone like Pasha who's the frontliner. This Slatter's pretty tanky with the item build he's gone, doesn't have a Blink Dagger. They can't afford to have Solo's borrowed time be forced out that easily.
Very close to having the money for the Vlads or the Blink, depending on which one Pash does feel is necessary to get first. Forces picked up the DJ, so even easier way for them to get in and get out with whoever they do manage to grab the lasso with.
So it does seem like itemizing for the Corrosive Haze. Greaves on one hero, Lotus Orb on the Timbersaw. If there's no Corrosive Haze in these team fights, VP's damage output is severely reduced. And then the Lifestealer himself with the Rage, of course. And I would kind of like to see a Manta style this game. He has got a Yasha now, and it looks like we're going to be seeing a Halberd plus Manta build up. May go for an SMY and disassemble it. But yeah, those two items look very important for him this game.
And it really feels just the fact that against this 5-man of Fnatic, VP's 2 cores, the SF and the Weaver, that are looking to right-click the opponents, they just cannot do so. Sure, no one's got that timing during the BKB, but at the moment, Ramses, anytime he sort of pops out from the invisibility to get a couple of hits in, he gets hit by a Swashbuckle or the Batrider's on top of him. It's a very scary game for the Weaver if Solo's not there behind him.
Yeah, he has to play super conservative in these fights. SF with the BKB can right-click people, but I don't think the right-click damage is just going to be that potent unless you've got Slatter getting Corrosive Haze off. And it does just feel like Fnatic have rode the storm of a rough laning stage and are the ones in complete control at this point. They're taking towers one by one. They may be the ones posing a threat onto the Roshan pit. Not the best Roshing lineup, so I don't imagine they'll make it a big priority for themselves right now. But if they can keep VP away from it, that in itself is a win.
Nice now just going to start building some of the auras for his team. Vanguard's done and he's on the road to the Crimson Guard.
Yeah, it's so important just to be able to reduce this damage here. If you can stay alive against the physical damage, the team fight should come pretty easily. It's going to mean, you know, Lifestealer, if he can get off multiple rages in a team fight, if Pengu, any extra swashbuckles he's getting off, the longer the fights go, the better they look for Fnatic. You just don't want to get blown up by the initial burst damage.
And Fnatic are going to look to push their advantage. Smoked up, Abed and DJ ready to lead the way. MP deep inside the body of Abed and ready to be released upon whoever dares step outside of the shadows. Solo's hidden at the moment. And we'll see in those DJ heads in. They've got the 3 of them here ready to go. Swashbuckle's going to be off the mark. They go for the Hex, but there's the surprise. MP jumps out, tries to make a run straight away towards no one, but no one has a haste rune. Easily able to get back up the high ground, or is he? Lasso comes out from DJ, but no one did get the BKB off in time, so he'll stay alive for now. Looks to get in position for the big old Requiem, but already VP's falling incredibly low. No one just has to BKB and TP out. He knows this is not a fight the VP can take outside of the base.
Yeah, still, you can just see how scary Fnatic are there. They don't quite get those kills, but they were absolutely crushing that fight. Luckily, some clutch defensive plays from VP get them out. The fact they have a haste rune, a BKB TP as well. Almost another poor fight for VP, and Fnatic say, well, you just use some of your key cooldowns, you use your SF BKB, you can't fight us. They go into the Roshan pit knowing all it takes is SF not having BKB, and this is theirs.
And as you say, you know, it's not necessarily the quickest of Roshans, but it's a safe one. They don't need to feel threatened by any move that VP's going to make because they're in the pit.
Their ward coverage right now is really good. They've got wards all throughout that top jungle. They've got a ward around the mid lane, sentry wards as well, so they have a pretty, you know, good idea that Dire VP vision is pretty limited, and VP aren't even making moves towards his pit. They are completely conceding this one, it looks like, and I think they really can't teamfight right now, so it's going to be VP playing for the high ground defense.
Top lane Pasha did jump in to crush that last creep, and DJ has got Lasso back up in a second. He's going to be running this one down. Pasha does have backup on the way, and the rest of Fnatic feeling they can't get there quite in time, so DJ will let him leave.
Things not looking great for VP here. It's just too many tools for Fnatic. The fact that, you know, you lasso someone, jabs was so on point in that last fight, gets the disruption on the Abaddon to stop the shield from coming out. They have multiple ways of catching, and VP feels like their draft at this point has become very one-dimensional, where it's just like, you know, Slider, go in, crush someone, corrosive haze them, and hope that the right-click damage is enough to kill them.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the entirety of this game has just been no one hitting the jungle. I mean, yeah, he's incredibly fun, but they just haven't been able to make any plays around him yet. He's only 1-1 and 2. It's a very low-kill game for VP. We'll see if this does amount to sort of a point where this SF is going to have the power to have a heavy impact against Fnatic's cause. He's got 3,600 gold. He's queuing up the Satanic, continuing to try and tank up. As he does need to do so, he feels that, you know, having the corrosive haze from Pasha, as long as they can get that on someone and hit them, they can maybe get a kill, but it just seems so hard with the way that, once again, Fnatic have itemized, they've strategized. It's hard.
And this new Slithering Crush is better in some ways, but worse in one way. The stun duration is only 1 second. So if Pasha blinks in, he has gone back for this blink to crush someone and then haze them. There's only a 1 second window where they're stunned. And then a second they're unstunned, they're going to Guardian Greaves, get rid of the Corrosive Haze, Rage, or Manta if you're a Lifestealer. Timbersaw has Lotus Orb. So that Corrosive Haze is not going to last. But SF is just saying, well, I'm just going to get more and more items. At some point, maybe there's enough physical damage that you can kill people without the haze. Gets the damage per soul talent. The Satanic is maybe going to help. It does actually maybe switch it up and decide for MKB instead.
I think I like that. Because they have to kill people quick.
Yep.
And with the Satanic, even with the Corrosive Haze sort of debuff being placed on the opponents, it's not going to be enough. Up top, MP able to catch out Roger with the help of Arbed's Pangolier. Alessi, they have that MKB on no one. They've got to find pickoffs though. And Fnatic, none of them have really been out of position at all this game.
No, and for VP, pickoffs is all you can maybe do with some split push because their team fight is non-existent. And that's really the, to me, what as good as Slaughter's looked, I feel like it's one of those very underrated heroes that we maybe should be seeing more, particularly against heroes like Lifesteal. The big downside with it in that 3-position role is it doesn't contribute anything in terms of team fight. And most offlaners, you're generally looking for a team fight, as well as some of those, you know, aura items for the team. Slaughter is just not really able to excel in that area.
Again, some big stuff done once again. Fnatic just continuing to roll out the big items. Crimson Guard done for Ice. Diffusal Blade on Arbed. There's a double damage rune in the bottle of MP.
Yeah, this game gets a little bit easier for Ramses in these team fights now that he has a Lincoln Sphere. Makes it just that bit trickier for DJ to get a lasso on him. At this point, you don't have to just be telling your Abaddon to, you know, stay on top of you, ready to shield you when you have a Lincoln's. And VP with that item pickup, looking to maybe make an aggressive maneuver here.
But again, look at the way that Fnatic are positioned. They're all together around this tier 2 on this push down bottom. How do VP even begin to break in to this 5-man push of Fnatic?
Ice just tanking tower shots on your high ground. That's definitely not the target you want to go on, but it's not a good feeling. MP getting a lot of value out of this DD rune.
Yeah. The siege looking very successful at the moment for Fnatic. They'll force out the fortification. Swashbuckle hitting onto no one with that Diffusal Blade that's starting to drain the mana of the SF.
He can just go back in with his next rage and hit the tower. He's still got DD for quite some time.
Put the Hex onto MP. He's got that Aegis. As you say, I mean, they're both the Lifestealer and Ice Timber. These are two heroes that are just pushing in on the front. And VP, they don't want to. They can't really jump onto these heroes to start the fight.
It's just discipline play. They know there's no way that they can go on the Lifestealer and bring him down.
Yeah.
There's a disruption save. He holds it even while he's hazed. He's not using Manta. He's not using Rage because he's like, well, I'm hazed, taking a bit more right-click damage, but I'd rather save these items in case they engage on me. If you pop your Rage, put it on cooldown, you're at risk. So he saves the Rage until he knows they're getting the tier 3 tower, and then they back off. They're going to go for Shrines now. They're going to play around, you know, potentially even the second Roshan. They've still got this Aegis for about 20, 30 seconds, but I think Fnatic are just saying, until we get a big pickoff, we're not going to just get a lane of Rax here. Let's just slow this game down. We've got plenty of late game.
And another sort of component thrown into the mix that's going to make it even harder for VP to find those initiations jabs. He's got a Blink Dagger, so he can afford to sit right back, and anyone that does get caught out in the front, he's going to be in there with a defensive disruption, which is going to buy time for Ice to self-lotus himself after he comes out the disruption, for Arbed to swashbuckle away, pop the Greaves, for the Rage to come out from MP. It's these little things that are going to happen even if VP does get a catch onto someone. They've almost got to hope that one of Fnatic just heads out alone, and then they might have a chance of killing one of these cores. But as it is, Fnatic just moving as a unit and just making sure that there's no chance for VP to sort of break down this formation that they've been holding for the majority of this game so far.
Yeah, this Shadow Demon pick is being very nice with how it fits into the Fnatic draft, giving them that save, which, you know, VP have themselves, but when VP's draft is entirely dependent about jumping on someone and bursting with physical damage, having a save goes a long way.
The Diffuser still onto Ramses. He's got the Shikuchi. They'll try and turn. The Shackles was attempted, but there's the defensive disruption coming out already with the Rolling Thunder. Pasha's getting caught on the front. They've managed to kill off the Shadow Demon. It's something, but they've lost Pasha's Slaughter. The BKB being used by no one. Another Swashbuckler, but there's the control. Roger has the Shackles onto Arbed. Arbed getting raced down low, but DJ comes in. He's got the lasso onto the SF, dragging no one off to the side. He'll turn with the right clicks. Will be able to kill off the Pangolier, but now MP's ready to go. Post the Rage moves on forward. Buyback from Pasha, buyback from Solo. Ice on the front, but he's getting disabled. The Shackles from Roger. The buyback from VP is going to allow them to potentially kill off this Timberstore. They've got him. VP striking back and now ready for more. Hex out Shackles. They've got the catch onto MP. MP's dead as well. The patience from VP paying off. They know that if they can get in, choose to take this fight against Fnatic around the shrine. That was the weakness there. The buybacks, the TP's back in. VP showing they've still got some life in them.
Yeah, they just waited for that chemo. It does cost them 2 buybacks, but that's really how they have to approach a fight. Someone like Slaughter has to just be willing to frontline and die for these fights. Until there's a BKB on Pasha, there's no way he's going to stay alive in a fight against things like the Rolling Thunder and the Lifestealer, but he sets up his team for success. The fact that Weaver can go unignored with this new Linken's pickup, Batrider can't reliably get a lasso off, SF just doing a lot of damage at this stage of the game, and VP able to overwhelm Fnatic, so not over quite yet.
No, very smart moves from VP. I mean, as we said, they weren't going to find a pick-off with the way Fnatic were playing. They weren't going to win a 5v5. But if they can make that aggressive movement, you know, almost sort of just casually walking into the lineup of Fnatic around an area of the map where they know with those buybacks they can get back in, have that sort of artificial number advantage, they may have a chance of breaking them down, and they certainly did. VP getting themselves back in the game.
Yeah, I think importantly it was Roger able to get a good kind of jump off on the Shadow Shaman, gets the Serpent Wards in a really good spot. The entire team fight was happening around those Serpent Wards. He gets the initial lockdown and disable off, forces out a very quick defensive disruption, which is, you know, you want to use that to save someone, but if it's at the start of the fight and you're not like already engaged on the Fnatic side, you are playing yourself into a pretty poor position. But Fnatic still maintaining a small lead here, but a big gold swing because of those bounty runes to follow up the team fight. Suddenly VP go from like a 8k gold deficit down to just 2k. It was actually over 10k. This is
a big swing.
Gold swing.
A very big swing.
Dire are scanning.
BKB picked up for Ramses. On top of the Lincoln Spheres, we saw no one's got the Satanic, but no one gets jumped on. DJ finds an opening straight in with the lasso. No one does get the chance to get the BKB off. As he's able to try and turn, to punch into MP, but he's falling low and he's back up. Can he get himself back up to the high ground? MP's chasing open, but we're slow there. There's the Swashbuckle. No one's dead for 90 seconds. Solo, he's trying to back up. Self-aphotic shield keeps him alive. The Lincoln Sphere of Ramses is pop. Shikuchi back up to the high ground. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but the big trade for Fnatic, they get no one out of the game.
Yeah, and that's the slight problem with using Abaddon as your save for the lasso, is that the Aphotic Shield cast range isn't that big, and when Batrider has a full staff, if he gets a blink lasso and immediately full staffs to pull that hero away, Abaddon doesn't have like a blink dagger or some mobility item to get a quick shield off, so it's very difficult to always rely on that Aphotic Shield to save someone.
Oh, DJ. Not DJ, sorry, Roger. Getting these Shamans mixed up, tries for the Shackles, but the silence is there from the lucky shot. They will be able to push Fnatic back a little bit. I mean, Fnatic are poking. They won't necessarily know that there's no buyback available because it's for financial reasons at the moment, no one. He went in on the Satanic purchase, so he doesn't have the gold. Doesn't look like he'll be threatened this time. Fnatic will be able to back away, and the fact that he doesn't have the buyback won't be too much of a hit for VP.
Yeah, I think Fnatic happy just to maybe take this shrine and set themselves up for the next Roshan. Realistically, you know, it's a full health tier 3 tower. The exposed rack's bottom, unfortunately, not the lane where they were at, or they may have gone for a high ground push, but Roshan back in about a minute's time is the much more important focus for them right now. They are setting up with Arbed, though. This Infest has been so key for them. They're wanting to let DJ enter the fight later. They don't want Batrider to go in first. Without a BKB, if his lasso just gets shielded off, suddenly your Batrider is just food. So it's much better Pengo goes in first because you have that Rolling Thunder follow-up, which makes you invulnerable effectively for that small period of time.
VP, they know they can't let another Roche go the way. But Fnatic, they're smoking out. Roche, as I say, not quite up. Abed is going to go forward here. They know that he's around. He's going to start to turn into them with the Rolling Thunder. They get themselves on top of Solo. Again, Solo's getting caught on the front. That's going to be the borrowed time pop. They'll use the disruption in place. And DJ, he jumps in. He's got the grab on the Pasha with the Aphotic Shield. Able to remove the lasso. Pasha starts to back off. Silences out onto Solo. BKB's been popped by no one. He's trying to bring down Abed. He'll rev up the Requiem, gets it off in time. The damage reduction is going to be there over Fnatic's heroes. As VP, they'll turn towards Jabs. Corrosive Haze upon him. The Crush won't quite catch him. Shield crash back in from Abed, but he gets hexed up by Roger. They've lost two, though. Both Pasha, Solo, and now Roger dead as MP's running them down in the river. The time-lapse comes out in time from Ramses, but DJ, he's there ready and waiting on the high ground. The flame breaks out upon him. He's chasing with a Firefly. Ramses has still got a BKB to play with, tries to turn. As Ishikuchi again to get himself away from Abed. Can Fnatic catch out another? Already finding three here is absolutely huge. Ramses will go for the the bash. Abed swashbuckle cancels it. Another bash kills off the Weaver. They've got four. There's no buybacks on any of these heroes on VP. And Fnatic, they're already straight into the middle lane.
Oh, you can see the disappointment on Ramsey's face there. Pengo, he's like the new Spirit Breaker, the king of RNG. When this hero gets the RNG you're looking for, can just turn a fight around, and we see it there. Gets the Weaver kill in the end. The fight was already lost for VP. And they're going to lose multiple lanes of Rax here. Looks like Fnatic not looking to go straight for the tier 4 towers. They want to play it safe. They get the melee Rex mid. They go bottom. I think they understand that the buyback potential is there, and this game is not won quite yet.
See how much they can get. They're getting the mid, they're getting the bottom, no one. He's actually outside of the base at the moment. DJ sort of toying with him, making it hard for no one to get back to help the rest. He cannot go for a TP. It's still on cooldown for 5 seconds, and even then, Lasso is available. No one. He's not going to be able to get back to do anything. In fact, he may just does get the BKB off. DJ hiding around the tree line. Now no one will TP out, and will manage to get back to the base. Buyback comes out from Ramses.
Damage has been done, though. That's 2 lanes of Rax. If they can get out unscathed, that would be fantastic.
Look at the Hex. Shackles won't be able to be there onto MP, though, because of the Lotus Sword from Ice.
Yeah, you can see VP just unable to find the kills. You buy back there, you have to get something. And unfortunately for them, they're now down 16k gold, and more importantly, 2 full lanes of Rax with Roshan waiting for the taking. And Fnatic will have complete map control to secure that one. We'll have to see if VP have any way to make a move out on the map to contest it.
Full Abyssal done as well on the Pangolier, so now Arbe can get in, use the diffusal to pop the Lincolns, and bam, slam down the Abyssal on the head of Ramses if Ramses gets in on the front lines. He's got to be careful on this Weaver. They have the potential for lockdown. More and more tank ability as well for Fnatic's lineup as the Shiva's guards complete on Ice.
And just so many items coming out with all that Rax money being distributed to the entire Fnatic team, and game starts to look very, very difficult. Pengo about to hit his level 25 as well, making him an even bigger threat in these team fights, whether he gets the Rolling Thunder or the Swashbuckle cooldown.
Can VP do anything about this?
Feels like they need to, or this game may just be completely lost.
Nice. He tossed down to no one. The BKB's already been forced out from Ramses. Ramses tries to turn towards Arbed. No one heading him with the BKB. He'll turn, but MP's going to have turn with the bashes as well. Arbed does get the Abyssal Blade down onto no one, but now wears off, and Arbed jumps in. Swashbuckle kills off the Shaman, but he's been corrosive hazed. Arbed, he's taking a lot of damage. A couple more hits will do it, but he's already down into the river. He'll be able to get himself away. No one tries to start punching into MP, but the rage is back up. No one has to back away. Solo's got some heals to provide him from the mist. Arbed TP's out, will manage to escape. Roger, Hex out onto one. DJ tries to jump in, has the lasso control out onto no one. No one. Can he get the Requiem off in time? He can. The damage reduction is going to be there. Fnatic, they've lost 2. Can VP find any more? They'll turn towards Ice. Able to tip a trade across the river back to safety, but Roger Hex out onto Arbe. Can they close the gap? He has got his shackles. The controls there, allowing time for Ramses and no one to come in, but MB's back. Rage out. Bash out onto Roger. Roger's dead. Tip a chain up to the high ground. Ice is low on mana, but Arbe, he's low on health. Ramses finds the kill on Bango. No one falls though. 3 dead on both sides. MP makes it 4. No one bites back immediately.
Oh, he didn't run into the Sentry Ward there, but this is looking still very bad for VP. Even with those kills, they're base in tatters, and they had to use these key buybacks. They've got absolutely nothing left in the way of buybacks anymore. all of them on cooldown or just no money. The key heroes, the Weaver, the SF, had to both use theirs in the last few minutes. And importantly for Fnatic, you know, they did use a buyback.
They did on MP. If MP dies,
they can make up for it by trying to secure a Roshan here. They're not going to go running right forward. They're going to wait for the Pengo and the Timbersaw to come back to life. But it just doesn't feel like quite enough for VP. But they have held on. They're not out of this game quite yet.
I mean, it's still a minute where they have the numbers, 4 versus 3.
Yeah, if they can get Roche. I mean, they kill Roche incredibly fast.
They do.
With their draft. That would be the ideal outcome here. And I think at this point, you may just have to risk it, given the deficit.
You've got to try and commit for this.
They don't know about the buyback status of some of these heroes. Timbersaw and Pengo. Their buybacks, it's not about time, it's about money.
It's about money.
And I think VP are just saying, well, screw it, we don't know, but we just have to take a chance.
And they're going to easily take it. Unless DJ finds the Silly tries for it, but for Jabs, he's able to snatch the Aegis. They'll take the Aegis away from VP, but Jabs will immediately lose the Aegis. And he's looking to die a second time as no one revs up the Requiem. Jabs is gone.
That's, I mean, that's like a tilted SF ulti there. Jabs is getting the tips here. They know he just made a key play. When these buybacks are down, having an Aegis can kind of cover that potential weakness in your lineup, and they remove the possibility for the SF or Weaver to have it. What a clutch move from Jabs. It's going to slow Fnatic down a little bit. They're going to wait for Jabs to respawn. They also should farm these buybacks. Both Timber and Pengo not having it there.
Look at this again. I mean, just sort of the combo of DJ and Jabs committing at the same time. Walks in, and not only grabs the Aegis, but I believe he has the cheese as well.
Oh, he does.
So he's going to be able to pass that over to one of his cores, so Fnatic are going to have the cheese ready for the next fight.
He didn't even blink on top of the right spot. He had to walk forward, but he still gets it with the help of the lasso, and looked like Weaver just maybe didn't have the slot for it or didn't expect to have to pick it up.
No one. Still a bit away, but he's got that rapier queued up. They need to go big, VP, if they want to try and steal this one. I mean, they are playing with a 16k, sort of gold deficit, but they are still showing they can still do it despite being behind. They are down 2 sets of racks. The game obviously looking a million times better in terms of game state for Fnatic, but it isn't over yet.
Importantly, they have this Weaver MKB. The Radiance mischance, the Halberd evasion, and Lifesteal 20% evasion talent. And all of this is very problematic for Ramses in this fight. So MKB does now come out. And we'll see what Fnatic's approach is going to be.
Scanning.
With buyback on Pengo now, they're perhaps feeling a little bit more confident.
It's got MP in him. VP, they're going to go for the smoke. He gets his buzz straight away. They know that someone's here in the trees. But DJ, he's still able to walk in, get it. Oh, no one tracked out of position straight away onto the low ground, but no one gets the BKB off. Now turn, they'll be able to pick off the killer onto the Shadow Demon. Abed goes in with the Abyssal Blade onto Noah, but no one's still trying to get the Requiem off. He gets it off. So now the 50% damage reduction is going to be there on Fnatic. But Fnatic, he'll go back in. Buy back from the Pyro, buy back from the Shadow Demon. They're trying to commit, but MP's in trouble. Corrosive Haze is on him. Ramsey's has got the damage with the BKB. It's not enough. MP will get out.
Yeah, they need to just cut their losses. Fnatic getting overrun there. The physical damage really amping up now. Anytime this Pengo gets locked down and controlled, whoa, that's thrown. Somebody needs to defend it. And I think Fnatic realize that actually VP is split up now. They may try and punish this.
I mean, Abed's still trying to poke. So Ice going to go straight on the backlines with the Shiva's Guard and the Timber Chain, but he's taking a lot of damage from the right clicks of this SF. But the SF controlled MP, the Bashes, the Abyssal Blade shutting no one down. No one cannot get out. No one's dead for 2 minutes without buyback and solo. Fnatic, they've found 2, and they're ready to try and hunt for more. As VP, they've got to get out. They're without 2 heroes for 2 minutes. Pasha getting kited up. The shackles will be there onto MP, but a quick swashbuckle forward and a shield crash is going to put this Shadow Shaman's life in danger as Roger falls as well. GG is called and Fnatic have done it. 2-0 in this series against VP. What a series it was as well. But overall, there is no debate. Fnatic just playing at some of the highest level we've seen this squad play out.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic have looked like the strongest team coming out of SEA throughout this entire DPC, finishing in top 8 of both the last 2 majors. But here they are, top 6 guaranteed. And I think bigger than that guaranteed top 6 is how they got there, beating VP, major winners and major runner-ups. This has been top 2 team of this DPC season next to Team Secret. This is such a big win for Fnatic.
It really is to do a 2-0 against VP. And VP this game, they had a rocky start. They did start to show us a bit of the glimmers of the VP prowess magic that we've been used to see as they are able to to at least slow down the game a little bit, punch back at Fnatic. But at the end of the day, the late game decision making from Fnatic proving to be that much better. Those little plays as well. Well, I say little, but Jabs and DJ taking that Aegis and Cheese away. It did stop what could have been an imminent disaster in the beginning of a big turnaround and swing back from VP.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic, it helps. They probably have two of the most talented individual support players out there. Both these supports used to be core players. It's like some of the best mids. Jabs used to play mid. DJ's played mid and offlane in the past. Such high skill, but the big player to me who stepped it up for this team that's really made the difference is MP. This is a guy that caught a bit of flack towards the first 3 to 4 months of the season. 2 games back to back. He's just stood out. Very, not just solid, but standout performance on the carry role.
Absolutely. Well, we will be able to bring the panel back in, but what a couple of games there from Fnatic, showing us that these lads at the moment, they could definitely, without a doubt, be contenders for the top spot here at this major.
It was so close till the very last second.
Wow, I mean, Fnatic did pretty good, but it was definitely...
that last fight
yeah.
with the 2 buybacks coming out from Fnatic.
You could definitely feel maybe, Fnatic starting to sweat a little bit as VP were able to say, hey, we may be behind, but we can still give you a run for your money.
Yeah, thank you for that, guys. That was a highlight reel all the way through. What a bloodbath! What a game! Well-deserved victory from Fnatic. They fought for that real hard. Bulldog, what do you make of that game?
I mean, ultimately, it was super close, as you just said. There's no like clear cut one team that has better draft or anything, but ultimately, it just comes down to Bat and Abaddon. I feel Bat doing so much, just pulling people out. And Abaddon is just too slow of a hero, too short cast range. He can't get the shields off, and having 0 item pretty much all game, no dagger, Etherlands, like he can't get those crucial shields.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the support Abaddon work several times in this tournament, but it kind of seemed like maybe they saw that work out other times and hadn't practiced it too many times themselves. But as you were saying, a nice Aether Lens, a Blink Dagger could have made a huge difference. But Bat was getting those pulls. Although, then again, he was getting those pulls on the Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend kept living every single time. So it wasn't as amazing as we thought. The Weaver, though. Great grabs on the Weaver pretty much every time he got it.
Yeah, and the Shadow Fiend had the 2 status resistant items, Sanchiasha and the Tonic, so it's like your back grab lasts for like 1 second. You could have just grabbed anyone at the late game because they had no buybacks, but you know, it worked out. You won. Yeah. We're happy about that.
Some clutch loud moments coming out from Fnatic there as well in the last of that game. And perhaps someone who was also loud is the person behind the door. We're going to ask him. It is Jabs.
Jabs! Woo!
Hey! Take a seat, sir.
Take a seat, Jabs. I'll hold the pillow for you.
Congratulations. Top 6. That is impressive, first of all. And I want to know who was shouting the loudest during those final moments in that game, because we're sitting up, we can hear you guys.
I don't know, maybe probably like me or DJ.
Yeah. You and DJ, why you two? Are you two determining that high tempo that you guys play at?
I mean, it's just like straight game, you know, playing against VP, tough game.
Yep, absolutely. I want to ask you about the TA pick. I did not believe, dude. I'm sorry. I saw that Venomancer. I was like, no way, these guys are going to lose this one. But you guys were so confident on that one. How'd you know that would work out for you?
Like, TA is differently good against like Snake and Fury and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like it's okay against like Ember and SF. Yeah, I mean, Abed is confident with it, and so like, why not?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of the MVPs. Who do you think is better, Abed or DJ? Give it to me straight.
Ice.
He's not included.
I would say MP.
Oh, okay. Out of left field. There we go. I'll take it.
We gotta, by the way, check your microphone, see if that works properly, because maybe someone forgot to turn it on the side.
Oh no, I think we got it. Oh, it's definitely on. Ah!
Hey, you gotta get a different microphone.
Okay, we got you another one.
There you go.
Okay. Sorry about that, sir. No problem. No worries.
Yeah, that's our bad. But you just said MP is the best player for your team.
Yeah.
Why? What does he do different from the rest?
You know, he's having like tough early game, like the laning phase, but he's like managed to come back it later and having a good performance.
The comeback potential. I could see that for sure.
Yeah, but talking about MP, I feel like go back a few months, he was kind of a little bit underwhelming, I think. But now he seems to really start shining. Do you feel like he's improved a lot in the team?
Yeah, he's like this tournament, like he improving a lot. Like maybe not like on the first game or like early we play against like in the group stage. Yeah, but now it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. We have a clip for you as well, or at least we do this drawing board thing where we look at a highlight from you guys' game, and we go through it with you.
Let's talk about it. I
Let's
want
talk
to watch
about
you
it.
being a badass, bro. Get up here. So let's pause. We've got a lot going on here, so I definitely want to take a little notice here. Now, we've got the Pangolier just going absolutely bananas here, zoning out these different fights. And we've got the entirety, pretty much, of VP over here trying to catch this Pango. But, man, let's play it out and see what happens. There's your boy MP, as you said. Look at that great aggression over there. Just kind of running away a little bit. And then sick grab onto the Slardar, bringing them in. And notice here, the Pango in here. We're going to get a shackle right there. And everyone's so split. You guys are working in such great conjunction together. What are you thinking right now in this team fight?
Where am I? I can't see my hero.
Yeah, well,
You're right up, yeah, right there. With the red line.
So what's going on right now in your head?
I think we know like they have buyback on a lot of hero. So like we're just gonna use buyback to fight them, and if we win this fight, we're gonna win the game. It is this fight?
I think it is this fight, but I think you guys were on the losing foot first, and then you used 2 of your buybacks to come back in it, right?
Yeah.
Was it this one?
Is that a later fight? Yeah,
Maybe that
should
was
be
a later fight.
There's a lot of fighting in this
There
game.
was so much fighting.
I see.
All right. Over here, Jabs. You're still alive. You go back in. Meanwhile, this Weaver barely makes it out, but you guys are going to chase him down anyway, make sure that he can't do anything. And DJ's all over the place this game. Look at this burn,
Yeah,
man.
you buy the early jam. Whose decision was that?
I think it's DJ decision.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good against the Weaver, right? So, makes sense. Yeah, there's no escaping here.
Look at him go. He is trying to escape. Oh, this is the moment right
Yeah.
here.
And he's like, I did it, I got out. But then it turns into a, oh no.
I think it's more of the baby. I mean, the baby face for sure. That is a Bible thump, absolutely. As he gets stunned out from RNG.
Jabs, when you guys get into a game, do you know, like, okay, let's just go crazy, let's just fight all the time? Is that something that you talk about and you're like, that's our plan?
I mean, like we have the plan for like this really, and we just go with it. Like, yeah, and then it's work.
Yeah, it worked.
I have one more
really
question.
well. All right, go for it.
The biggest moment of the entire game.
I mean, I stole Aegis.
That's what I'm going to. You stole the Aegis, you stole the cheese. How did you know it was going to work? Because you literally just walked in there like the biggest badass I've ever seen, bro. There was nothing crazy. You just walked in.
I mean, DJ said he can last over one guy, and then I check. I have buyout. At least like, I have buyout.
Yeah, you can just buy back anyway if you live, if you die, right?
If I die, just buyout.
A true hero.
It's cost like maybe like 500 for buyout.
For you.
That is
yeah, of course.
a cheap support life. But those 500 gold, that's hard-earned gold for a support right there.
Yeah, true.
So we asked Twitch chat to vote for an MVP every game, and you already said it would be MP.
Yep.
If it was up to you, let's see if Twitch chat agrees, which they very rarely do. Let's just put that out first.
They like DJ.
They do like DJ a lot, actually.
He's got a cool name.
Oh,
Hey,
you!
it's
Yeah.
you.
The Roche deal, it worked.
The Roche.
Taking that Aegis.
Yeah,
Good
it's
work.
very rare that they actually choose the right person in the
Yeah.
game. Congratulations.
And a position
Nice
5.
one.
Thank you.
Good lord.
Whew. So
Oh,
top
oh.
6 for the. You're gonna go for the Annexit next. We're seeing you playing on stage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that. I'm gonna let you join your team again, and Thomas there will play you out.
Yep. Be free, Jeff.
Be free, John.
Be free.
Thank you for joining us.
Go into this great big
You
world,
can
Jeff.
take the microphone with
Take
you.
it with you.
We
Take
don't
this
want
one
it.
too. Take a boat.
Just take it.
Bring
Take
it back
home.
home. Take it home. We don't want it.
Take
It's
the
good.
pillow.
We don't want you.
Bye, Jeff.
Microphone.
Bye, Jazz. Thank
Get
you.
rid of the microphone.
Can you bring back that microphone?
He already said he's gonna take it home. I would too, because those things are actually pretty expensive. So we can take a look at the brackets. That is the next step. Look
Did
at
you
that.
steal that microphone?
Yes, I did.
Okay, no problem.
What microphone? Which one? What?
Exactly.
Okay, then. So that was an upper bracket match. We now have Fnatic going up against Keen in the upper bracket.
Yes.
So our 4 upper bracket semifinalists are known. And Virtus.Pro not out, but they will have to play against Chaos in a best of 3 later on in the week.
Eastern Dota
That's enough
taking over.
upper bracket for us for a while, by the way, guys.
This is actually the dankest scenario. Keen versus Fnatic. The hyper-aggressive versus the even more hyper-aggressive. Whoever casts that game, get some sleep tonight. You're going to need it. That's going to be nuts.
But yeah, it's going to also be on like Friday or Saturday, so they have a lot of time to catch up on that sleep.
Sleep until that day comes. Rest your energy.
What do we get tomorrow then? Which team?
Tomorrow, that's a good question, Bulldog.
You don't know, Shiver.
I do. We're going to start with Mineski and J-Storm. And we're going to finish it off with Secret versus Infamous. Lower bracket matches, elimination best of 3s. It's
Secret
scary
versus
time.
Infamous.
It's time for Mason. Pull out his guns.
Hell yeah.
They take out Secret.
Time for me
They're
to win.
wounded now. There's a time to take them down. It's now.
It's this one.
That is a lot of shards probably in that.
Oh,
for
yes.
Infamous versus Secret. I'm gonna be swimming in shards, baby. I'm gonna be rich.
All right, Thomas. That's it for us tonight. Could you play us out on something nice and relaxing so we can get back fresh? I can't pick.
Thomas is better.
Okay, wait.
If this is exciting, I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
Thomas, what did you have in mind?
I need something sleepy.
Wait, wait, hold.
Looking it up.
Just hold.
Oh, not the drums.
The drum roll is there.
Hurry up.
All right.
All right.
We'll just call it a night right here. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
I'm tired, Thomas. Take us out and sleep.
This is a DJ special. Shout out cause he plays my record set. But now I've got the radio away. Unlock is spinning on top. This is a DJ special. Shout out cause she plays my record. Got the ladies waving to stop. Rewind from the top. Pull up DJ, start the song again. Hooked up like a better friend. From the edge to turn the bend. Now turning heads with a mix and blend. Got tricks, switch up the vibe we send. Stick around, yeah, we grind to the end. Big set, beginning to trend. Got a crowd and they're bringing their friends. Till I gotta get quick to the club. If I sent it, just spin the dub. We win this challenge from ravers. Bring it in as you balance the faders. Sing see you later, cause you gone. On the trip, take lit through the song. Sound sick that you can't do wrong. Something like a phenomenon. All you know DJs, what you on. DJs, what you on. DJ, would you play my song? Play my song, play my song. Put it up, we play the record. This is a DJ special. This is a DJ special. Shout out cause he plays my record set. But now I've got the radio away. Unlock is spinning on top. This is a DJ special. Shout out cause she plays my record. Sounds hot. Got the ladies waiting to stop. What? Rewind from the top. What? This is a DJ special. Shout out cause he plays my record set. But now I've got the radio away. Unlock is spinning on top. This is a DJ special. Shout out cause she plays my record. Sounds hot. Got the ladies waiting to stop. What? Rewind from the top. When I say thanks, let me give a gift. Been bang to make a playlist. Matched up, yeah, you ride the riff. Catchy like it's keep to kiss. Catch up if you need to this. Get attached like cuffs on wrist. It's starting to stick when you put hands up when you move your hips. Won't miss if I know there's a shot. Get low when it drops. Heavy flow like I'm throwing rocks. And I just won't stop till the DJ drops. Coming for the chop top. When I got a hot. This feeling I wouldn't swap. Believe it's like hitting jackpot. I know DJs what you on. DJs what you on. DJ would you play my song? Play my song, play my song. Put it up, replay the record. This is a DJ special. This is a DJ special. DJ special. This is a DJ special. Put it up, replay the record. This is a DJ special. This is a DJ special. Shout out cause he plays my record set. But now I've got the radio away. Unlock is spinning on top. This is a DJ special. Shout out cause she plays my record. Sounds hot. Got the ladies waving. DJ special.